today is a watering day. I'm going to show you how I water today, why I water that way, and you know, a lot of people will probably tell me that this is the worst way that I can water. There's much more efficient ways to do it, but this is just how I like to do it, and it really works for me. I have been putting off watering my plants. I usually put it off until it looks like a lot of them need water, and then I do a really big watering because there are so many of them and a lot of them are hanging. So I just like to take them all down, water them at the same time, just get it done in one go. So here we go. Alright, the first thing I do in all of this is I gather all the plants outside. I have a deck, and the deck has little holes in it, or like the lines from the wood, and the water just falls down through the deck, so it works for me. When I water my plants, it's really important to me that I give the soil a really good soak. So that is why I go back and forth between plants, because the soil is like a sponge, and as you can see here, when the soil is watered, it lifts the plant. And so when I take the plants down and do this watering process, it gives me time to check over the plant's health. I noticed that this Monstera addisonii was not very happy, and I'm definitely going to be moving it now. And so here we go again with the sponge technique watering, just back and forth between different plants. And another thing that I have learned is really important is soil aeration. So this is a knitting needle, and what I do is I very gently probe the soil. A lot of the time our soil can become compacted. In nature, we have worms in soil that will do this for us, but because we are planting indoors in pots, we need to recreate their natural environment as best we can. And now we move on to my smaller indoor plants. I choose to water these plants in the sink among my dirty dishes just because it's so much easier for me. So what I do is I make sure that the water is the correct temperature, and I basically, hey, little secret there, I do the sponge method of watering. I make sure that the plant is getting thoroughly watered, that the soil is not compacted and allowing for the water to just run around the sides of the plant. And of course, using that knitting needle again to probe the soil and make sure that it is nice and aerated so that it is not too stiff in there. And as you can see, if you can tell, the water is just running straight out the bottom, so I know that this is well draining soil. I wipe my hands off a lot because I hate having dirty hands, which is, you know, a little bit ironic considering I own a lot of plants that are very dirty, but hey, it's worth it for me. I know a lot of plant people who swear by watering their plants with distilled water or filtered water, and you know, I just have never done that. If I want to, maybe sometimes I will, but usually the old tap water does it for me. I've never had any issues with my plants with the tap water, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. Look at that Fittonia flop. She loves doing this. Literally the day before I recorded this video, she was so happy, and then I woke up and saw this and knew that it was watering day. So it'll perk right up, don't worry. Alright you guys, so that is my watering routine slash plant care routine. Doing it this way really gives me the opportunity to look at each individual plant and see how they're doing. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, I do hope that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, share it with your friends, and definitely follow me on Instagram. I would love to hang out with you on there. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!